the images of the man that we are looking at, particularly the one he's in an aircraft. This is when he came in September. And I remember sitting on this seat, Gogo, and I said, that man doesn't look conscious or good and strong enough to get it back into governance. And I said, I hope that his loved ones, I sat down here on Anchor's chat, I said, I hope that his loved ones would respect him and keep him away from all the drama that comes with governance. But guess what? They brought him back, pushed him into that. He ended up sacking some persons, creating more chaos, and being pulled apart from all angles. And then ensued the crisis that degenerated from those actions after his return. I'd like to have your quick take on all of this.
It's a very sad one. It reminds me of what happened during the Jonathan Yaradua saga. Where if the doctrine of necessity had not been enforced, we probably could have had a situation of constitutional crisis. Because somebody is ill and cannot discharge his functional duties as a governor, yet some persons who feel they want to protect their personal interests would work so hard to undermine constitutional provisions just to protect their own interests. It's a very sad situation where I remember when Obama came to Africa, was it in 2006 or 7 or so, when he said Africa should work on building or developing institutions and not strong men. We have over concentrated our system on the ego of certain individuals who we quote and unquote refer to as strong men, and try to build our entire system and government around them, when in fact we should be strengthening our institutions so that the system can outlive the strong man. Where we have a strong system, anybody that would not conform to that system will be ejected from that system automatically. But right now, you see a situation where the president had to intervene, which is a total aberration. It is wrong for the president to keep intervening in issues that do not actually revolve around or concern his office. That is total interference.
Do you think that if Akeredolu had been made to resign from office, considering the impact this had in governance in Ondo State at the point, because at the point, you remember, I don't know if you were the one on the show, we're talking about signatures being signed that were not his signature. And then a senior advocate of Nigeria came out to say there are about 3 or 5 commissioners who he saw their documents, and you knew that this was not Akeredolu, and then his people in government would attack whoever speaks up. Remember the last time on the issue of the same signature, I think, one of his media aide came out to say, hey, listen, the governor, spoke to me on the phone, and we're asking, how do you govern a state on phone conversation? You remember going with all that was going on in Ondo State between the House of Assembly and the then deputy governor. You remember going to the governors of Southwest, saying they went to visit him and released one picture. And after that, so looking at the impact his health, Akeredolu's health, had on governance in Ondo State, and finally led to his death, do you think that everyone, from the president to the governors to his aides, to his family, that they were complicit in the outcome of this man's last time on earth?
Of course, I believe so, because the time he would have used to concentrate and focus on healing, on taking his medications and all that, he was still being bothered with state duties of his office. First of all, there is something called acting capacity, right? The deputy governor could have been put in acting capacity if, per se, it is expected that he can recoup or recuperate in a few months, right? So there's even no immediate scare to say, okay, you must resign. There were times we had Buhari out of the country for months, about 2 months or so.
More. His first trip was, it wasn't about 6 months ago.
He was out for a very long time, and even on one of those occasions, they did not even pronounce Yemi Osibanjo as acting. It was on few occasions that they pronounced Yemi Osibanjo as acting. So as long as there is hope of the person recuperating, the deputy could be put in acting capacity so that the function of state can continue. But in this case, because of the desperation to hold on, to cling to power, then you see things like this repeating itself over and over again. So there's a lot needs to be done about building strong institutions so that we can actually develop our democracy to a point where we know that our systems are strong enough to sustain it.